Hey guys, what's going on? Adam Snyder here with the Homemade Entrepreneur. So today I want to tell you guys about how I continually profit from going to TJ Maxx. So I'm going to show you up on the board in just a second, show you kind of how I walk through the store. But just the other day, I pulled out about $4,000 profit in a little bit under 2 hours. And I'm going to walk you through that right now. Okay guys, so have a little map up here on the whiteboard. I'm going to walk you through it and show you kind of what I do, how I pulled out so much money from one single store. 2 hours, it was like an hour and like 57 minutes, something like that. Under 2 hours, and that was with searching the store, checking out, bringing the carts to outside. So under 2 hours from walking into the store to actually putting everything into the cart. So let's walk through that right now. First thing, so let me explain what's up here. So this is TJ Maxx. Not all TJ Maxxes are the same. Some are a little bit different. Some have different products. Some have more of certain things than others. So this one, you walk in the door. Here's the front door. So here's me. You're walking in, big smile on my face. So you walk in the door. First thing on the right is luggage and purses. I do not bother with purses because so many people, they'll contact you, this is fake, whatever. Those are luxury purses. These things that you get at, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, these are not luxury purses. Yes, this TJ Maxx did have some Coach, had one Louis Vuitton, but that one actually did look fake, but it did have a little like rip in it. So luggage and purses I do not even bother with, except for small like cosmetic bags for men and women. So for men, they usually put toothbrushes, like a little travel cosmetic thing, or for toothbrush, deodorant, stuff like that. So that is the only thing I will buy in luggage and purses, only because this store that I go to all the time, usually hit them up about every 2 weeks. This store is about 3 hours away from me, so to buy big suitcases just doesn't make any sense, because I would actually have to ship them out that day instead of bringing them back to the office. So luggage, purses, don't bother with. The only thing I buy are small cosmetic bags. That's that. Jewelry. So there's only one item I buy there. Jewelry. I do not mess with jewelry because so many people, and I've sold jewelry before, not the high end, diamonds, Rolexes, all that stuff. I don't mess with any of that. But I did sell jewelry before, the knockoff stuff, the more economic stuff. But I kept getting stuff back. I kept getting earrings back because somebody would lose the back of the earring. I kept getting rings back because someone said the shine just went away. It's a fake ring. How you don't expect it to be shiny for years and years. So I don't mess with jewelry. Women's clothes. I buy a lot of women's clothes. The reason for that. So what I do is I buy bras and underwear. Buy a lot of bras and underwear and women's clothing. The reason I do that is because women use it all the time. Women are different than men. Women will pay more for something that you will never see than a man would. That's just my experience. So if I were to buy, let's say, a pair of boxers or something, it might cost me $15 for one pair, or $20 for one pair. Women, they'd be fine. I'm not saying all women are like this, don't get me wrong, but a lot of women will pay $35, pay $40 for a nice bra or something. I don't, yeah, it might feel better, it's more comfortable, I don't know exactly, but from my experience, that's what happens. So I buy that stuff because you can, at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross, Burlington, you can find bras, underwear, designer stuff that's normally $40, $50. You can find it for $8 to $15 at these stores. So I buy that. The other thing I buy, I do not buy dresses because I don't know much about dresses. I don't buy like work clothes, but I buy workout stuff, and that is usually right over here. Workout gear. So this workout gear, these are, these are sports bras, these are, yoga pants, these are, Nike. It's usually Nike, Adidas, some Under Armour, Reebok. Those are the main ones that I'm buying. But Nike's the big one. You gotta understand that clothing is a huge category. So in clothing, just make sure what you're buying, it's something that people are going to use. So one time I found a pair of women's football pants. I didn't understand it, but they were women's football pants. It's what it said on the tag. They looked like they were Nike, but then it had a Nike tag on the sticker, but it didn't say Nike anywhere on the product. So I wasn't too sure what that was, if it was an actual Nike product or if it was a knockoff. But make sure the item is something someone is going to use. Workout clothing. The reason I like to sell it, because it sells good all year round. It sells good because women are wearing workout clothes out in the summertime, in the springtime, even in the early fall. But in the wintertime, they're not wearing workout clothes to go out. They're wearing more, something that's better suited for the cold. But they're wearing workout clothes to actually work out. So that's something you need to keep in mind. Women are going to use these all the time. So after I do that, that's usually all I mess with in women's clothing. Then I pop over here to home. I'm finding small kitchen items. I like small kitchen items. Stuff that I can slap a sticker on, throw it in a box, and it's good to go. You need to understand that if you buy a big, KitchenAid mixer, you buy a coffee, pot, you buy the, whole whatever it is, you gotta understand it's gonna take a little bit more room. So if I went into the store and I decide, no, I'm not gonna make $4,000, I'm gonna try to buy $10,000 of stuff, but I have a little car. How do you get $10,000 of big items in a small car? You just don't do it. So I'm always finding small stuff. I like small kitchen items. I like the stuff that you can bake with. Baking pans that are flat. I love those. I don't do a lot of glass. Because it breaks. I hate sending in anything that's glass because it always breaks. I know a lot of people out there that love doing glass because they perfected their packing, whatever, and it just never breaks. For me, it always breaks. So that's what I do. So we're going to jump over here to toys. In toys, I'm pretty much scanning everything, because sometimes the toys, you're finding those little things that you're just not finding at a retail store. So the other day, I actually found a bunch of playing cards. So I bought a bunch of playing cards. They were Disney playing cards. The Disney Frozen. There were Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There was Miles from Tomorrowland. Who was a Mickey Mouse. We had, there were so many of them, but there was a bunch. So they had stacks of these playing cards. So like these thick, or these like bigger, like they're like 4 inches by 2.5 inch playing cards, but they were thick. They were meant for like kids. So picked up all of those. Every single one was profitable. They were selling them for $2.99 at TJ Maxx, and they were selling on Amazon anywhere from like 12 or like $11.95, I think was the low, all the way up to 17 something. So the profit was there. The rankings were good. So I bought all those. Kids clothing. I buy kids clothing, but I don't buy like jeans. I don't buy regular t-shirts. I'm buying exercise clothes. I'm buying Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Under Armour. Those are the things that I'm buying. I like those. Okay. Some Calvin Klein you can get good deals. Lacoste, buy that. It usually sells for, it takes a little bit to sell, because the people that are buying those brands, especially Lacoste, it's something that most people go into the local store, try it on, because their sizing is so different. So just keep that in mind with their brands. A lot of times I will get returns on it. Returns on that brand are higher than any other brand for me personally, only because, and I believe it's because that person doesn't realize what the sizing is for that brand and how it fits. So I do get a lot of returns for it, but once it finally does sell, it's always, the person's usually always happy. I usually almost always, okay, when I say almost always, probably 25 to 30% of the time, that person that bought that product is leaving a review. So just keep that in mind. So kids clothing, that's for men's clothing as well. Men's clothing, I love men's clothing. I buy a lot of it. I buy a lot of it for me. I buy a lot of it to sell. The nice thing about men's clothing is that you can buy the same stuff. You can buy the dress shirts, you can buy the Nike workout gear, you can buy, just Nike t-shirts. I like polo shirts. I like stuff for golfing. Golf shorts, golf pants do really well. So even getting over to socks and underwear, it's the same thing. So usually the socks and underwear are right here in this store. So they're right there. So the socks, I'm trying to find socks. Usually the knee-high socks don't sell very well. So those are usually right here. So this is one section I usually don't go to. All the rest, you got the ankles, you got the no-show. Those are ones that usually do really well. So then moving on to men's, or the underwear, the single underwear usually almost never sells. But when I find the Nike Pro Combat, that stuff usually sells. When I find the Under Armour compression shorts, when I find the Nike like baseball gear, football gear, the under stuff, the compression shirts, that stuff does really well. Just about a month and a half ago, a TJ Maxx, not far from this one, was actually doing a clearance of a lot of their football gear, a lot of their gloves, a lot of their, like the cold under, the compression shirts, compression pants, compression shorts. I even got some socks, compression socks, which is weird because I've never seen them, never seen Nike make them, but or have them. So, oh well, bought those. I think they actually sold a couple weeks ago, so probably about a few days after they got there. So stuff like that, you gotta be on the lookout, because just because right now it's summertime, in a month or 2 months, people are not gonna be like, oh, I need to buy some shorts, I need to buy some sleeveless shirts. They're thinking, hey, it's gonna get cold pretty soon, I need to start buying pants, I need to start buying, oh, the kids are getting ready for football, whoever's getting ready for, I don't know, outdoor running. I need to start getting all that stuff. So think ahead. Let's see. Okay. So now that I showed you the chart, what I want to explain to you is that when I walk into this TJ Maxx, and not just this one, just pretty much any TJ Maxx, they're all pretty much set up the same. They have the same type of categories or different sections in their store. So all I gotta do is walk in. I know what I look for at pretty much every single one. Okay, I missed a section. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time with it because it is a gated category. That is what this section is. I knew I forgot something. That is what this section is. This is health and personal care and beauty. So that is right there in the front of the store. I buy a lot of stuff here. So normally what happens is this section of the store right here, and then probably there, this section takes me about 45 minutes. Okay? Or actually, this one takes me about 35 minutes. Okay? Then this section right here, this one takes me about 35 minutes. Okay? Now men's and this one usually takes me about 45 minutes. Okay? What was that? An hour, 10 minutes, hour, 55 minutes. And I check out. Okay? So that is pretty much my hour, 2 hour shopping trip. That's roughly what it is. Okay, so what I buy here, I'll talk about just for a second, just because I know some people will want to know what I'm buying. Usually I'm buying like usually makeup remover, stuff for pores, clear skin, stuff for better hair. I don't buy many. I'm not gonna say I don't buy any or I buy a lot. I don't buy many. I usually buy maybe 2 or 3 like hair accessories or tools, I don't know what you would call them, but like hair dryers, curling irons, flat irons, just the wands, all that stuff. You don't buy a lot of it, and I just don't, because they don't have a great selection. And the prices on Amazon, the price is usually there. The profit, you can make a little bit of profit, but the rankings are terrible. I'm serious. If you've ever scanned stuff at TJ Maxx, some of the items that they have are absolutely terrible for ranking. But that doesn't mean the rankings won't get better. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, so anyway. So the reason I wanted to draw this whole map, the reason I wanted to draw this entire map and just show you, what it is I'm sourcing, how I'm sourcing it, the stuff I'm going to get, pretty much my walking through the store, is because I know what I want. I know what I like to buy, and it's something you gotta keep in mind. If you are not a master of the store, then how do you know if it's profitable or not? You just don't. Because of that, I highly recommend you spend hours inside of one store, just one store. Okay, master that store. Just make that store your ultimate goal for that day. All you're going to do is scan every single item in that store. You're going to come out with a bunch of profitable items. But the main thing you need to understand, if you cannot master that one store, how are you supposed to master, 10 stores? How are you supposed to go to Target, Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, Marshalls, Macy's, TJ Maxx, I go on and on, Fry's, Best Buy. I could seriously go on and on about all these stores you cannot master, because you can't even master one. All you have to do, go to one store, find all the profitable items, and I guarantee you, you will be better off the next day than you will today or the day before, because you mastered that one store. You know the process. Now you just gotta go to the next store and the next store and the next store. Then you do all the stuff online. That's all it is. All you're doing is repeating the process. You just gotta do the process one time, and one time completely. So if you have any questions on what I'm doing, how I mastered TJ Maxx, how I mastered Marshalls, how I mastered Ross, and Ross is a completely different animal, which we'll talk about on another video. So if you have any questions on any of this, please let me know. Put it in the comment section below. If this helped you in any way, gave you different insight on the stores, different sourcing, different items you can buy, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Hey, you guys take care.